Welcome to Cinema Recaps. Please like, share, and subscribe for more interesting videos. The film starts with an explanation that some footage was sent to a Norwegian news agency in 2008, and experts consider it to be authentic. The footage then starts with three college friends who are trying to investigate some mysterious bear attacks in Volda City. They interview local hunters who claim that a poacher named Hans is behind everything. The poacher seems like an interesting character, so the friends decide to find the guy. They locate him at local campgrounds and wait. When Hans returns, Thomas quickly goes to him and starts asking questions. Hans doesn't seem interested in these questions and tells them to get out. But Thomas doesn't give up and asks his sound manager, Joanna, to place a microphone under Hans' van. Joanna then listens to Hans, telling someone that he will finish up the job tonight. Then he just drives out of the campground and the friends follow him. But pretty soon, they lose him on the dark country roads. The next day, another bear turns up dead. This time, the bear tracks don't look real, and the hunters think Hans is somehow involved. A local wildfire officer named Finn, however, calls this just another bear hunting. That afternoon, the crew starts following Hans again, and eventually confront him on a ferry. Hans still doesn't want to talk to these amateur journalists, and asks them to stay away. However, Thomas keeps tailing him. That night, Hans leaves and the crew follows him on some shady roads until they reach a wooden gate. Signs are telling them to stay away, but they ignore them and find Hans' SUV parked in the woods. They start looking for Hans and see some flashes, followed by loud grunts. Suddenly, Hans comes there running and yelling the word troll. They all start running back, but Thomas gets caught by something. Hans saves Thomas's life and takes them to his vehicle. Everyone is scared and Thomas has claw marks on his back, so Hans patches him up. He then drives them to their car, but the car has been completely destroyed. The friends know that no bear could do something like this, so on their way, they keep pestering Hans to tell the truth. Hans tells them straight up that the trolls exist. Thomas wants to record them by following Hans. Hans thinks about it for a while and then allows the crew to record his hunting process. The next evening, they're all waiting for Hans, thinking that he's just a madman. Hans drives them to the same place and asks them to cover themselves with a disgusting smelling liquid that he calls troll stench. The friends reluctantly agree. Then Hans takes them to the woods and explains how his weapon releases UV light, similar to sun rays, that can eliminate trolls. He seems very casual about this information, and even receives a call from a colleague who tells Hans to take blood samples from the troll. After walking a little bit, Hans tells everyone to wait in a clearing, while he enters the woods with his weapon in hand. Joanna still thinks that Hans is just messing with them, but all of a sudden, they hear some loud grunts, followed by small tremors. Then Hans comes running again, telling them to get the hell out of there. They are confused and stay there for a while, but that changes when they see a giant three-headed troll coming their way. They all start running for their lives in the dark. Callie gets separated and uses night vision camera to look around. He finds Thomas and Hans, but the troll finds their scent and they have to run again. They take cover behind the SUV. When the troll comes into view, Hans turns on the giant UV lights and the troll turns to stone. Pretty soon, Joanna also comes running out of the woods, and the friends are now over the moon, realizing what they just saw. They even examine the troll, that's now a rock statue. Hans explains that trolls can sense if someone is religious, and one of the friends believes in God, and that's why the troll could smell them. He also says that the government keeps all of this a secret, but Hans is just fed up with his job now. He wants the world to know the trolls exist, so that's why he allowed Thomas's crew to accompany him. After this, Hans just breaks down the rock statue using a hammer and explosives. In the morning, Finn gets there. He works for the troll security service, and he's a little mad with Hans for allowing others to record all of this. Pretty soon a van gets there, and inside it is a dead bear. Some people take the bear out and place it in the woods. Then Hans shoots it while Finn is making bear tracks. And just like that, troll hunting has been turned into bear hunting. At breakfast, Hans explains how he is the only troll hunter in Norway. He also tells them about all the different types of trolls that exist, and says the trolls are vicious, mindless predators. The hunting process is monitored by Troll Security Service, also known as TSS, and Hans is to report everything to them. Back at the campground, he invites them inside his RV and shows them different things related to trolls. He still has to find one more troll in the area, and the crew is following him all the time. So far, he has found nothing. Then one day, Thomas tells the viewers that Hans has found the location of the troll, and they go there to see Finn, who's trying to cover up the killings of some sheep in the area. Hans intends to take a blood sample, and Thomas is examining the huge syringe used for the process. That night, Hans places some sheep on a bridge to lure the troll. The plan works, and the troll starts hunting the sheep. The crew gets to the bridge where Hans is holding a bucket of blood while wearing a metal suit. He says that the blood belongs to a Christian, and he spills it on the bridge. The troll instantly gets attracted to it and gets on top of the bridge. Hans tries to take out a blood sample, but the troll just pushes him aside, and Hans passes out. After a while, the troll goes below the bridge, and Thomas checks on Hans, who is hurt but alive. He grabs the syringe and goes down the bridge. Then, after a few flashes, the troll explodes. Everyone is okay, and Hans drives them to the veterinarian to give her the blood sample. He believes the trolls are sick, and the vet hopes to get results in a couple of days. She tells the crew about how the UV light causes a chain reaction inside the troll's body, and this leads to either explosion or a solidification process of their bodies. Sometime later, Hans says goodbye to the veterinarian, and they go back to his cabin. Hans wants to go to the mountains because he wants to find out why so many trolls are roaming around aimlessly. He also tells the crew about Jotnars, who are giant trolls living in the mountains. The very next day, they start their journey and stop at different points to check on the troll activity. They eventually hear about a farm in the area where a lot of trees have been destroyed. The authorities told the farmer that it was due to a tornado, but Hans knows that it was caused by a herd of king trolls. That night, they enter the forest, but for some reason, Callie is really scared. They walk around and find signs of trolls, and eventually reach an abandoned mine. Hans says that there aren't any trolls inside, so they go in and find remains of different animals. It's a lair of king trolls, and Hans wants to get out. But they see multiple trolls entering the cave, so they have to hide inside a small opening. Hans is trying to get some rest, but Callie is freaking out because he's actually a Christian. He's sweating too much, and the trolls get his scent and start attacking. So they all start running out, while Hans is killing as many trolls as he can. They're trying to reach the sunlight, but Callie unfortunately gets caught by a troll. His camera falls down and its lens gets broken. A few minutes later, Thomas and Joanna are wondering why Callie never told them that he was a Christian. They want to give up after their friend's death, but they also want people to know about all of this, so they carry on. They go back to Hans' trailer, but this time, Finn is there and he wants the footage. He says the public has no right to know any of this, and he wants Hans to eliminate all the trolls. So Hans modifies his vehicle to enter the troll territory. They also hire a new camerawoman named Malika, who says that she is a Muslim. Hans takes them to a place where Jotnars have destroyed acres of forest. He then shows them some electric wires that TSS uses to prevent Jotnars from escaping the mountains. He wants to know how a troll escaped, so he goes to the power station where people are clueless about trolls. The crew finds out that a giant section of wires was taken down by something a week ago. Hans knows that he has to catch this free-roaming Jotnar, so he takes them to a nearby shack. There, Hans tells them about how he had to exterminate a whole community of trolls in the 70s after receiving government orders. It is clear that he hates eliminating these animals and feels pity for them. Later on, Thomas is shooting some footage outside when he starts feeling a sudden pain in his shoulder. He goes inside to get some rest, but all of a sudden, they hear something big approaching. Hans runs outside and gets his vehicle ready because a Jotnar is approaching. Just then, they receive a call from the veterinarian, explaining how the trolls have rabies. Hans says that Thomas most likely has rabies too, and this freaks him out. The girls are inside the shack when they get the first look at this giant troll. They run outside to see Hans driving away in the vehicle while playing some religious music. He's trying to distract the troll's attention, and it works because the troll starts chasing the vehicle. Hans hits it with some flashes, and the troll is clearly in pain. But Hans runs out of battery, so he asks everyone to get inside to charge the battery again. They also pick up a geologist who is trying to find some cover. Hans makes another stop and hits the troll with some more flashes. and the troll starts to walk in the opposite direction. Hans wants to finish it, so he follows it, but the wild predator slams the vehicle with his hand and throws it away. Some minutes later, everyone starts getting out of the turned-over SUV, and they can hear the howling troll nearby. It is in pain, and Hans wants to put it out of its misery, so he walks toward it and hits it with a giant flare. The weapon works, and the troll instantly turns to stone before collapsing to the ground. The whole crew is celebrating, and they are walking back when they see TSS vehicles approaching them. Thomas tries to grab the footage and run away, but the agents are after him. He reaches a road and tries to stop a truck, but that's when the footage ends. A note at the end explains how all of these people disappeared, and no trace of their existence was ever found again. The government denied everything. The film ends with a press conference in 2011, where the Norwegian Prime Minister claims that they need more electrical wires because Norway has a troll problem. Hope you enjoyed today's video. If you liked this video, smash the like button and subscribe to our channel to stay up to date with the latest and interesting videos.